Alright, so I got this gadget in the mail. It's from Amazon. I paid $50 for it. It's got a wooden handle, and there's a little dish here. And these are the negative and positive that you put in like a car battery. Okay, it's for acrylic acid. It's a vaporizer. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon for every brood box, but not to exceed half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon is two quarters. If you have two boxes, that's what you would put, half a teaspoon. And you test it first. You want this to go downwind, so you want to be upwind from it. And then you put in always a negative first, or I'm just told negative first, and then you plug in this to the positive and time it to see how long the powder will vaporize. Then you put it into the hive and time it. Say it took 5 minutes for it to vaporize. You wait 5 minutes, put it in the hive, wait 5 minutes, disconnect it, and you leave it there for another 10 minutes so that it goes throughout the hive. The bees will actually spread it all around. And that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to use oxalic acid, and this is it. What I do is I put it in jars and label it very well, and put it up high. It's not harmful if you touch it, but if you eat it, I suppose it is. Okay, so I put half a teaspoon. There's half a teaspoon, and I put it in here. And so I'm going to take off because I don't want to get into the vapors. The vapors is what's not so good for you. I've got a stopwatch that I'm going to put on as soon as I plug in. I've already got the negative in. So here's the positive, and I'm going to start my stopwatch. And then I'm leaving. It's already starting to foam up. It's going to take only a couple minutes. Okay, so many people come to the front of the hive, and they've got it with the closed board, with the board on the bottom, and what they do is they put in the thing on the inside and put a towel or rags to cover it, and they would cover this hole too. It's a vent, but any holes has got to be covered. The problem with this is that sometimes hives will catch fire because the very bottom frame of the maybe they have burr comb built underneath. So it'd be a good idea to take your tool and scrape off any burr comb from the bottom, okay, and then kind of bring it forward, I suppose, because wax is very flammable. And this is because there's you don't want your hive to go up in flames. So because of that, I choose to go into the back. Now notice the vapors are going actually to the left of me. So I need to be very careful the wind doesn't change and come at me, because these vapors are not good for you at all. You should wear a mask of some sort. So it's done, and I'm going to pause the time. Okay, so I'm going to actually go to a timer and set my clock for 12 minutes. 2 minutes is for it to vaporize, and then another 10 minutes that the hive stays closed. And I'm going to go through the back. Both of my hives have bottom screen boards, and yes, there'll be some vapor that will escape to the bottom, but probably 85% of it will go up into the hive. I don't ever smell it at all or see anything coming out from the bottom. Alright, so I'm actually going to do this tonight, but I will put it in here like that, and I don't want it to move. So I'm going to use the rag to hold it sturdy, and here's another towel, and I will plug it in. Meanwhile, I have another sock on the entrance, on the front entrance, so that blocks it off, and I will plug it in. And remember, 2 minutes for it to heat up, and 10 minutes for it to stay in there. I have 2 brood boxes. That's why I'm putting half a teaspoon. You put 1/4 a teaspoon for every 1 brood box. You do not have your supers on with honey. You need to remove those first. It's something so that the vapor doesn't go into the honey supers, and you can put a solid board between the boxes, but right now I don't have any honey that I am going to harvest. And this is the front. These bees are wanting to go in, and I got it blocked off. People are asking, when do we do this? A good time to do it is in the evening, when most of the bees are in, very early in the morning before they take off. It really doesn't matter. It's like it's the nurse bees that they're wanting to get. But I kind of think it's a good idea to get them when most of the bees are there, because it's the foragers that bring in all the mites. So, and time of the year, fall, the end of fall, right before winter, when the queen stops laying, because you want most of your brood. Remember, the mites will go into the brood of the drone mostly and lay there. So when there's less brood, closed brood, then that would be the best time to kill off the mites, get them ready for the winter, so they're not fighting that problem off. But they're probably going to be a little angry at me, so I have to go get my gloves so I can open up the front so they can get back into their hive. And that's that. Oxalic acid is not harmful to the bee. It is oxalic acid is found in some foods like honey, some of our fruits and vegetables. So it's not harmful. It's only the fumes that you might breathe that is not going to be good for you. So thank you.